Welcome to Rewind the Podcast.
I have a question that
If you ever hit me like that again, I will fight you in front of these lights and
you
cameras.
can't be mean to me. It's Pride Month.
It's also Juneteenth this month.
It is Juneteenth Day. That'll get me canceled quicker. I would never put them down. I would never silence women. I would never put down the blacks. I don't like to say that. I don't like to say the blacks. I don't like it.
Sounds like you just said it.
I don't know, but I don't like it. Girl, I have a question for you.
Spit it out.
If you had my love and I gave you all my trust, would you comfort me?
No.
But if somehow I knew that your love would be untrue, would you cancel your tour and blame it on friends and family?
Listen, I like Jennifer Janice Lopez as much as the next person, which right now feels like not that much. Don't do this. Don't lie to us. Well, we all know why this tour is being canceled. You tell the people.
So Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo, as we know her and love her, inventor of Google Images, recently canceled her That's true.
It is true, but that's funny.
It is.
Because of the dress, the Versace dress.
The Versace dress, which, fun fact, she also was not the first person to wear that.
Yeah, correct.
Yep,
I didn't know
that's
that.
the tea. Prepared today.
Not a note in sight.
Yeah, literally.
We got all of
No
here.
paper on the ground,
Yeah.
nothing. Jennifer Lopez was going to go on her This Is Me Now tour. I won't do the run because she couldn't do it either. But recently, tickets have been selling very, very low.
Yeah.
She canceled her dates in the South, and I think somebody allegedly on the internet said it was because of the political uprisings in the South. And I'm like, is this the Civil War?
What are we talking about?
Literally. And then the tickets were low everywhere else. And then she canceled the tour because she wanted to focus on friends and family.
Wasn't nobody buying the tickets, y'all.
Now,
No, wasn't nobody buying the tickets.
Nobody was buying you know how much those tickets were?
They were stupid expensive, and they were in huge venues.
Okay, I wanted to go see Pink a couple years ago at my local arena, the Bridgestone. Hello, Bridgestone.
Not you say a local arena like it's like a coffee shop. It's like
it's
Bridgestone
local
arena.
to me. I'm not going to the KFC Gum Center in Kentucky.
Okay.
Can't even get it out. Oh shit.
You just said that like it was like grassroots.
my local what's it called? Singer-songwriter.
Seriously, this isn't a writer's round.
The singer-songwriter.
It's Arena.
Pink. No, but she was there. Her tickets were expensive, but they were only like, for the nosebleeds, which I'm still not paying, were like $150.
That's a lot.
I think J-Lo's tickets were like in the 200s.
In the nosebleeds?
I'm like, for you to pop the CD in,
delusional.
I'm telling you what, we're not doing that. So you go ahead.
I would pay that much if every person's voice she's used were also performing.
That's T.
So if
Ashanti.
If Ashanti,
Christina Milian.
Yep. The Latinx lady.
The Latinx lady.
Who did I'm Real?
Jenny from the Block.
Yeah.
No, Ashanti was I'm Real.
Oh, she did Jenny from the Block.
Jenny from the Block. That girl, if you're out there.
What's her name?
Megan Trainor. Ain't your mama?
Yeah, I would pay the $250 if all of those women and Jennifer Lopez were there together.
That's the
J-Lo by herself sticking to a track. I'm not giving you 250 bones. Not gonna happen.
Here's the thing. When it comes to J-Lo, I love the way it feels to be a hater.
You do. You are a big time J-Lo hater. I am not Miss Lopez. I love you.
Sometimes it's just a little bit of an easy target, which is not. Anyways, we're gonna move on. If she had gone through with her tour,
that would have been embarrassing.
But if someone said I have a ticket, I would have gone.
Oh, 100%.
I would have gone.
I mean, she does put on a good show.
She does.
It's just like
she'll dance her ass off.
Yeah, it's just not $250 worth.
No.
In my opinion, to hear songs from the early 2000s, no shade, no disrespect. But, like, I'm not paying that much money for that.
Songs from the early 2000s, but also, I mean, she's giving us a boom cat for sure.
For sure.
I would go to the show.
Correct.
Because, I mean, her Super Bowl was fierce.
Yeah.
The one she did with Shakira.
But also, how long ago was that?
That was 2020. That was the closing ceremony to the world before COVID started.
Oh, my gosh, it was 4 years ago?
Yeah.
That's wild. Continue.
Yeah. I mean, she's a great entertainer.
100%.
But just, like, the recent, like, she's not kind. I'm like, for me, and maybe it's too ethical, I don't want to give my money to that, especially that amount of money.
That's true. I think with her getting caught with her pants down about the vocals thing.
I was like, wait, what?
No.
I was like, oh, forget the concert.
Figure of speech. The vocals thing, that whole thing, the This Is Me movie whatever, the documentary. Like, she's had a bunch of flops in a row. So it was a good call by the team to cancel the tour. I think it was a great business decision. I just think they should have been upfront and been like, due to low ticket sales, we're canceling the tour.
So here's the real tea. I was listening. I discovered this podcast on TikTok. Maybe if you've discovered us on TikTok, hello. There is this podcast called the Morning Chisme Podcast.
Okay.
Do you know what chisme means?
No.
It's like gossip in Spanish.
Okay, cute.
Yeah. They said their theory is her and Ben faked the divorce allegations and the breaking up. So when they canceled the tour and blamed it on family and friends,
people would understand.
People would understand more.
I don't think
that's true either. Also, if you're doing all that, grow up.
Get a hobby.
Pull a Taylor Swift reputation and take a year or two off.
Seriously, just be like, listen, y'all, due to unforeseen circumstances, I gotta go.
I would go watch you Boom Cat Cat at the Ryman Center. You'd probably sell that out. The Ryman Center?
The Ryman Center. You're not well. So we're just
the Ryman Center and Convention Hall. I'd still go see her.
It should have just been straight up. Due to low ticket sales, she's unable to, do the tour. Maybe that would have rallied her fans to come out and support her in bigger numbers. But, like, it just makes you look silly when you already have been looking silly for the last 2 months.
Has she done a residency? Like, make the people come to her.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I feel like she did it back in the day.
That would actually be better for her.
This Is Me Now residency, and
that
you can do the hits.
That would be much better for her.
Well, because
J-Lo, give us a call. Blake is really good at life. What? Oh, so it's a couple years.
So, okay, Angelo came in with the correction. He's the only one on this podcast who's not loud and wrong. She did do a residency from 2016 to 2018. A residency? It's the French word for residency.
Okay.
She did a residency from 2016 to 2018 in Vegas. But, like, Shania Twain has done 2. Celine's done, like, 4.
Adele be going back and forth to when she feel like it, when she get good, hot, and ready.
Yes. She said, oh, we're going to cancel these tours, babes.
Exactly.
My voice is out, babes.
And then here she's back again.
And she's back again, going after those people who did the Pride thing.
Correct.
So, yeah. So that's my whole thing. I would even see J-Lo. I mean, I wouldn't travel to see J-Lo. Here's the thing. I just remember when she first started the tour, it was going to be solely off that new album. And then people really weren't buying that. So she said greatest hits. And people don't even want to hear the greatest hits because they want to go see Ashanti or Christina.
Exactly. They can go to them people concerts too. Like, why would I? Yeah. Well, in the recent stuff going on with her too with Sterling K. Brown. Listen.
Are you Puerto Rican?
Okay, first of all, let's talk about my love for Sterling K. Brown.
Yes.
He's handsome. He's so talented.
I
love his dynamic with his wife. Seems like a nice guy, family guy. He is given auntie shade. That's what makes it so good. It's like this underhanded, not very in your face shade.
But also not hurtful.
Not mean.
Yeah, it's just like a little like everybody knows that I'm gonna make the joke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My thing too. Okay, let's give y'all a little background info. So the movie Alliances. Okay.
Atlas.
What I said, also known as Atlas, on Netflix. Is it out yet?
Yeah.
It's out.
Hang on. For anyone who watches this,
I don't know.
Thanks. Because what do we have to give you?
My bad.
Like, we're not CNN.
No.
We barely report that.
I feel like you're.
No.
I feel like you're the Wizard of Oz man behind the curtain.
You know what they do come here for? The raw sexual magnetism.
Back to what I said. Moving on along. The movie Atlas out on Netflix, starring Sterling, J-Lo, and that really fine Asian man whose name Simu. They on a press tour. And it's not that they don't get along, but there's this underlying energy.
You can tell the press tour is contractual.
Yes. Like, no one really wants to be there. Like, we're all going to do our best. We're all going to show up, and we're going to do what we have to do because of our contracts. But between J-Lo and Sterling in particular, there is this underlying nice, nasty Southern woman energy that is happening, and I am here for it.
So the big clip that's going around TikTok right now, if you haven't seen it, we'll see if we can maybe post it or whatever. She's talking to somebody, and she pulls her either I'm from the Bronx, I'm Puerto Rican, or I'm from the, I did this all myself or whatever. She's telling this person, she's like, oh, blah, 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 I'm Puerto Rican. And Sterling goes, wait, you're Puerto Rican? I didn't know that. And without missing a beat, she's like, well, because I'm Puerto Rican. And yes, I'm Puerto Rican. Anyways, and you can tell she is over
and
it.
And then someone asked them, like, what's their favorite, like, comfort food? And she's like, that's when she was like, oh, I'm Puerto. And then he starts naming off all of these, like, Puerto Rican dishes that he enjoys. Also, interestingly enough, Sterling and Simu both speak really great Spanish.
Duolingo.
And you are really dumb.
No.
And the fact that I sit on this podcast with you is really dumb.
No, what I want is the bird to come sit with us one day. The Duolingo bird. Come sit with us.
Sponsor us. We don't know nothing about nothing. I
can speak gay.
Okay. When I'm out of the country, I use the apps.
Okay.
That, like, talk for you.
Grindr, Tinder.
Shut up. I hate you so much.
We are so unhinged today.
Anyway, I forgot what I was even saying.
Sterling and Puerto Rican dishes, they know Spanish.
Oh, yeah. They both speak really good Spanish. You better work, bitch. J-Lo has been criticized in the past for not being a great Spanish speaker. And the underlying shade of them, like, overshadowing her with how well they speak Spanish, I could just see, like, the torture, like, panic on her face. I was like, ooh, that's especially when your whole shtick is I'm Puerto Rican. I'm Puerto Rican, I'm from the Bronx, Puerto Rican, and you don't speak good Spanish. And as a non-Spanish speaker myself, because I'm just regular black from the south of the Americas over here.
From South America.
Nope, just regular America, this dumb one. Not the good ones, not the good Americas, not the centrals or the south, just the north, dumb.
We hope everyone had a happy Memorial Day.
The worst America. So I can't speak to feeling that way, but like I could just tell that she was uncomfortable. And there's just clip after clip after clip of her doing her best. It's giving Selena muy excited. Like, ooh. And I feel bad. I do feel bad for her for that, but it was funny.
It was funny. And I mean, like I said, if you set yourself up at a certain point, it's just, I think one of the problems with J-Lo, and I say this actually in love, she takes herself too seriously.
She does.
She's like, I'm this actress, I'm this person. Like, and I think one of the things is like half the reason Sterling is so funny is it's not that serious. It's just like,
just who he is, and he comes in and does his job, and he does a good job, and he goes home. I think and I get the like wanting to be taken seriously when you haven't for so long.
Yeah.
And we do have to remember, like, when her career was like rising, she wasn't really taken very seriously, and she's built a fantastic career given her circumstances. But girl, relax.
But see, I think it's funny that you say that. Because I took J-Lo very seriously. Those little cheesy rom-coms,
well, yeah, because we were 7.
But I was 12.
No one cares.
I loved it, and like I even liked her music. It's the stuff that's come out since, and the aggressive denial of like, no, this is all me. I'm from the Bronx, and then I'm like, then I just don't believe you.
But what if she really is? That is her truth to herself.
That she's in there doing them vocals.
Okay, well, we ain't going now. That's called delusion.
I was gonna say that's the truth. Yeah,
that's
3 episodes ago. Me trying out for Idol.
Her upbringing, like maybe to her, that is like what she holds on to for her roots. All that being said, Miss Lopez, we are sorry to hear that your tour is canceled. The 13 people who had tickets, we're sorry that your show is also canceled. We will be thinking of you. I hope you can get other flights and hotels.
Yes. And if you do a residency, invite us.
I can tell you right now we're not getting invited.
No, we'd get invited. They'd be like, we want to flew you out. We want to fly you out. And we want to we're going to bring you out. We get to the door. We're going to get to the door, and they're going to be like, no. Or she'll bring us up on stage and be like, boo. I'll be like, okay, I'll show my ass on stage. I don't care. I will.
Listen, you will show that ass.
Don't try and go too far for the bit, because I'll go farther, as we clearly know.
That's true. All right, moving on along. Okay, I'm going to be very transparent in this moment. I don't watch Vanderpump Rules.
Okay.
I'm sorry. but I keep up. So I'm the kind of person that, like, I may not watch a show full time, but like I be knowing though.
You be sitting there.
Because I'm like a pop culture girly, which is why I'm here on rewind.the.podcast talking about
Follow
things.
Yeah.
I have not watched full episodes of Vanderpump, but my For You page was Vanderpump after Vanderpump after Vanderpump. So
We have very different For You pages. I'm on clean and organized talk right now.
I do hoof cleanings a lot. I have a lot of hoof cleanings.
Hoof cleanings?
Yeah. Do you not
What?
watch that?
Okay, like most recent like 5 videos. What is your TikTok For You page?
Hoof cleanings,
Hoof.
where a man like takes a knife and cleans the hoofs of horses and cows.
Okay, so when you're okay,
I'm dead ass.
and you like those?
I will watch them for an hour.
So when you are in the bed, bonnet on, scrolling through the phone, Vanderpump and
Hoofs.
Okay. What else?
Hoof cleanings. Drama. If there's an internet beef with a black content creator, I know about it. Because TikTok be like, she messy, she want to know.
Okay.
She here for the mess and the bullshit.
I love it.
So that, whatever reality TV moment of the week.
Okay.
So whether it's Vanderpump or like Traders, I had a lot of Traders when Traders was out. If it's a Love is Blind, if it's Married at First Sight, whatever, I'm in the know.
Okay.
The one where they roll the buckets down the steps and it break
Yes.
the cans
Oddly
with
satisfying.
the beads. And
Oddly
I love those. And chiropractor videos.
Okay. Like the sexual ones?
They're not sexual for me.
No, you know what I'm talking
They're
about.
like, oh.
Dr. Cody, and he's like,
okay,
I think
ever put that on the internet.
why?
That was crazy.
I'm gonna do it on a loop. Put a beat under it. I'm looking for a man and find it. 6'5". That's what we're gonna do.
That's funny, Blake.
No, but you know what I'm talking about? Those chiropractor videos. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna get your back real quick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my chiropractors I like. Brenda Mondragon, she's out of Florida.
Sponsor us.
The little Filipino man, Cipriano, I love him. I think he's in Texas. And the one in the OC, hot guy, what's his name? It's like the OC Cairo is his like thing. I watch these people, like I'm fans. Like if I saw them on the street, I would probably freak out.
Yeah. Very different For You pages. Very different.
What's yours?
Mine are like cleaning and organizing. Right now we've got that girl who's like, pack my Stanley with me to go on a walk, and it's everything but the water. Yeah. It's like a fan, like a portable. I'm
so
just like,
true.
where are you walking? Like across America? It's that. It's organizing TikTok. It's gay, because, you know, hi gay, happy Pride.
What do you mean gay? I feel like
we
could go.
Well, they don't do nasty things on the TikTok.
Yes, they. Okay, I mean, what they do?
Says you. No, it's like them like getting dressed, or it's like gays like being like fun and like having a nice gay life together.
Okay, cool.
Like at
like
Disney.
couples.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like couple stuff.
Okay.
That's Twitter. And then like Hillary Duff and just like people singing or attempting to. Oh, you know what I actually love? The Broadway ones where they're at that Stardust Diner.
I love those.
And they're singing their tits off.
And people are just like
cutting their little macaroni. I'm like, I would be doing the ones like a drag queen.
Seriously,
I'd be like, take this
those
dollar.
People are so talented.
They are. Some of the I stand by this. Some of the most amazing talent will never be discovered. And I think
hopefully that's not us. All right, moving on along.
Oh, we've been discovered, baby.
Okay.
Your titties are tittying today.
Thank you.
What does that say? Bust?
Girl,
Twist. Trust.
I don't know. I just wore the shirt.
I love it.
Thank you. So Vanderpump.
Yes.
I'm gonna take us back.
Take me back.
To last season. Tom Sandoval is dating Ariana. They've been dating for 10 years, a decade. There have been some rumors of infidelity, but nothing has been confirmed. Off camera, when they weren't filming, it comes out that Sandoval has been sleeping with Raquel, like having a full-on affair. Ariana finds out.
You mean Rachel?
Baby, you know we gonna get there.
I know.
Ariana finds out in this like really terrible way while Sandoval's up on stage performing. She's looking at his phone and comes across their like explicit videos. And this is her friend, like one of her best friends. Of course, everyone turns on Sandoval because like, who does that?
Also, turn on the man.
Like, disgusting. The reunion happens last year.
Mm-hmm.
They have to kind of basically like atone for their crimes, their sins, whatever you want to say.
See, I don't keep up with Vanderpump too. The one thing I do remember, she had her shirt on the whole time.
Oh, he makes me so. He is gross. He's gross. Anyway,
Epitome of a frat boy.
But like not.
But like the ones who are like, who do you know in here?
Yeah,
like that frat
he
boy.
like thinks he's artsy and like wears guyliner. Not the point. So
Guyliner.
Raquel, who we now know's name is actually Rachel. She wanted to rebrand.
Hollywood.
Is going on like podcast posts. She sued Sandoval and Ariana for revenge porn.
She win.
I don't think so. I don't think that's like the developments have happened.
Oh, okay. Got it.
It's a whole disaster. Going into this season, Ariana's like, I have a boundary. And we love a girl with a boundary.
Love a girl with a
boundary. And she's like, I'm not filming with him like that. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not going to get your moment.
She pulled a LC.
Yeah.
I will not film with Heidi.
Like, you're not going to get your moment with me. Your redemption moment for the cameras where you're crying and everyone feels bad for you and we're not doing it. She was like, I'm not doing it. Now, there's two other girls. Well, there's a lot of other girls. But Sheena and LaLa are also cast members. I know.
What are these names?
Exactly. Who is Sheena and LaLa?
We had a girl at Belmont. Her name was Lorena. And she goes, everybody call me LaLa. And we were like, okay. And then like a semester in, I saw her and I go, hey, LaLa. And she's like, don't ever call me that again.
Rebrand. She didn't stick with the rebrand.
She's like, I've discovered who I am and it's not LaLa. But anyways,
That's
go
funny.
ahead.
So LaLa has been on this show a long time as well. And she's had this experience where like she feels like she's had to really put herself out there. She's in a custody battle. She's like had this huge breakup, whatever. And she's like, I never got to pick and choose my situation. So why does she, right? All of this comes to head at this 3-part reunion. I watched it on Peacock. You can watch it wherever they be playing Vanderpump Rules.
Vanderpump.
Pump. And the last 10 minutes, there's this big reveal of unseen footage where they are talking so much shit about Ariana. LaLa's like,
are they mic'd?
They're mic'd. Cameras are rolling. The goal of this night was to get Sandoval to have a conversation with Ariana on camera. And
she already said no.
She's like, nah, could never be me. So she leaves. She's like, I see what y'all are doing. I'm not doing it. Her new man exit the building. The LaLa loses her mind. Sandoval loses his mind. He goes up to the group. He's like, all she does is talk shit about y'all, like stirring the pot big time. LaLa, who's supposed to be Ariana's friend, is like, she gets cheated on and thinks she's Beyonce. She thinks she's God. She, all of these like really nasty insults. Ariana has never seen any of these things, did not even know. She went into this reunion thinking that everyone was cool because she didn't watch the season. Rule number 1 of reality TV show, watch the season. See what kind of edit you got. See what kind of edit everybody else got. Do not go into a reunion episode blindsided. She was blindsided. The other two girls, Sheena and LaLa, also on stuck face because they got blindsided.
I say it like I watched it.
Andy Cohen,
probably cooming,
the messiest bitch on the planet.
Oh yeah,
messiest bitch on the planet.
Never let a gay man produce.
I love him so much because that is good TV. The fallout.
But this is what I love about him. Pretending like he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, he's like,
oh, are y'all fighting? And internally he's like, cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
Literally. It is crazy. Because Ariana's had a big year. She was on Dancing with the Stars. She was Roxy Hart on Broadway in Chicago. She's opened up a sandwich shop. She's gotten all of these really big opportunities.
She was cheated on.
She's hosting the next season of Love Island. Like, she is in her bag right now.
Which I want to take a moment to say this. That is a perfect example of anything that can happen to you. You can make a little coin.
You can make a coin, baby.
I mean, seriously.
She spun that heartbreak into millions. Literally. At this point. But yeah, and LaLa is just jealous of her. And my
She's
thing
jealous.
is, I cannot, what gets me
Tell me.
more than anything is a jealous bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just mad on this girl face for years. You've known her for 10 years at this point, and you can't be happy for her. Because, and this is my problem with LaLa, because you didn't have boundaries for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're mad that she got boundaries for herself.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, just get better boundaries.
Oh, I do have a question about this. Okay, so say this were to happen.
Okay.
Like, well, it is happening. We're doing this. We hit the stratosphere.
Okay.
And I get like a multi-million-dollar movie deal. I don't know. If you got jealous, do you think, I'm going to flip it. If you got that and then I was jealous, do you think it's better to deal with that personally or to be like, girl, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little jealous. I want something like that.
I think it's better to deal with it personally first.
This is a little heart thing.
Yeah, to deal with it personally first. Take it to God, your friends, your therapist. Once you've worked through it. Yes, once you've worked through it, then I think as a closing, like a closure aspect, then you take it to the person.
Yeah.
But you don't want to bring all your unhealed, that like really guttural human stuff to people like that, because that's not fair for your friend who's just gotten a wonderful opportunity.
Yeah,
like you grit your teeth, you smile, you say you're happy for them, you support them, and you deal with your stuff on the back end.
We used to call it back in our old church, we call it bombing, where it was just like jealousy bombing or love bombing or anything like that, where it was just like, I'm really jealous, and you're like, well, what am I supposed to do with
like
that?
what do I do with that now? Because what that makes the other person do is dim their own excitement and joy, and that's not fair if that's like your friend. Yeah, but I think LaLa's just not a good friend. I think she's not a good friend. I think that another thing that annoys me about reality TV, my number one pet peeve is cast members trying to actively produce while they're on camera. I hate that. Like, I get being the person who moves the story along. I feel like that is so your personality. If we were on a reality show, you would be like,
girl, tell me about that time that you got in a fight at Taco Bell.
Literally. You have to have that person, but to have a person trying to actively produce and like pull strings, it is so annoying because it's so freaking fake. And LaLa just like basically told on herself that she's been trying to produce this show from behind the scenes, and you the one on stuck at the end, because guess what? There are actual producers.
There are actual producers. Producers, if you ever go on a reality show, producers will always win.
Always.
They have the footage. They have Video Village.
Yes.
They've got the mic feeds. They will always win.
And for her, they used her as a pawn all season to ruin her reputation 10 minutes at the last episode of the last
last
reunion.
10 minutes. And I will say, too, maybe I could be a good exposition. As much as I would love to be on a reality show at some point, game show, anything, I honestly think I don't know if I could, because we do all this, and I feel like I would be too aware. And I feel like I would be LaLa.
Oh, see, I would not be that aware.
You can just walk in and be like, I know. You walk into this and you're like, what's up?
Like, my brain doesn't register cameras.
Yeah.
Like, I forget. Like,
I forget that
sometimes
these are here.
sit here and do this, and then I'm like, oh, we're filming this.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I would definitely be the kind of person who would just be out here being good TV and acting a fool. And then being like, sorry, Mom. I didn't mean it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it just annoys me when people do that, because it's like, yes, we want to suspend reality a little bit when we're watching. We know it's fake. We know it's produced. We know there's storyboards and all the things. But don't, like, show it to me. Like, let me just be messy.
I enjoy it for a reason.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like right now going back and watching all the reunions of Vanderpump, because there was so much backstory that I didn't know. Now, I work a full-time job 40 hours a week, and then I have my podcast here with my friends. I don't have time to watch episode after episode after episode. So I watch the reunions.
There you go.
And then that's how I be up to speed.
That's how you told me to catch up on Housewives. Just watch the reunions.
Just watch the reunions. It gives you all the high points. It tells you everything you need to know. It gives you all the key players, and then it's like half a fraction of the time.
Literally. It's over for now.
It's over for now.
For now, okay.
There is a spinoff called The Valley that I was in season 1 with like Jax and Brittany, who were on the cast of Vanderpump a couple years ago.
Okay. I was going to say all these names.
Are you not a Bravo girl?
I'm not a Bravo girl. I'm not a big Bravo girl. I've seen like an episode here and there.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I used to love reality TV. A lot of what I'm watching right now is like scripted. So like you're our reality girly. I'm the scripted girly.
What are you watching right now?
Right now I'm watching
Nothing.
Okay.
He's a liar.
No, that's not true.
No, exposed.
No, exposed. I'm LaLa. I'm trying to produce this show. I've been watching so much.
You know what I watched
Tell me.
recently? Bridgerton.
Okay. We were talking with a friend. We were talking with a friend of the pod, Gabe. Hello, Gabe.
Hello, Gabe.
But we were talking, and he was like, there's 2 parts to Bridgerton. And I was like, because we've talked about, we need something to watch on this show.
Okay, no, we can't do that with that.
No, and that's what I'm saying. He said it's too late. But there's a second part coming out.
But they release them all at once.
Okay.
Okay. He's looking at me like he's never done a podcast before. So the part about... doing the thing about like viewing a show on this podcast is it most likely has to be weekly because you can't like how do you do that? You talk about all 4 episodes, like that would have to be a whole separate thing.
A whole episode.
Welcome to our production meeting. We're talking about
literally. You are looking live into the production meeting right now. Should we get snacks for the fridge?
No, but for real though, if there's something you're watching that's like weekly episodes, put it in the comments.
Well, I heard Love Island's messy.
Love Island, I love a Love Island.
But isn't that like 4 episodes a week?
See, yeah, that's they make it harder now with these like Netflix shows because they release them in bulk, and then it's like. We don't have 100 hours to talk about, but we might be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
If there's something that y'all are watching, put it in the comments and we'll consider reviewing it.
Yeah.
Because Bridgerton, I like tried to watch season 1 and like couldn't really get into it.
Okay.
And then our friend Gabe was like, come over for a Bridgerton party. He made a very cute invitation. Like it was very fancy, and he makes a great. Mine
was lost in the mail.
He makes a great charcuterie. So I was like, I was coming over for the charcuterie. So we get there, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch this like stupid show. Immediately sucked in. Immediately.
The
sucked
new
in.
season
The
or
new,
back from season 1?
Well, okay. So one thing we did do before I watched was we watched like recaps on YouTube. Shout out to YouTube. Of old seasons, so I would kind of know like who the key players were and what like everybody was talking about.
Jonathan Bailey.
But like I didn't. Girl, keep your panties on. I didn't need all that background info to enjoy the show.
Yeah.
But it was also nice to watch it with people who like knew what was going on, so they could like stop and tell me. I'm obsessed.
That was like me when I joined. I started watching Stranger Things on season 4, and my old roommates were like, "You need to watch 1, 2, 3," and I was like, "No, I got it.
I'm fine.
There's aliens and there's kids. Let's do it.
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. This one used to be bald. Now she's not. I love it.
There's another good show that my friend Noelle was telling me about. The show is called Under the Bridge.
Okay.
And she's like basically spoiled it for me and giving me the plot, but I've had 3 or 4 people tell me right now that that's what they're watching and that it's really good. I have not watched.
I want to get into like a deep show. Is it like a mystery thriller?
It's
I love
a
a
true
thriller.
story.
Okay. Sometimes I watch very light stuff. You know
See,
this.
I'm excited about. I'm excited
Idol.
about Sweet Magnolia's coming back.
Oh,
on Netflix.
Okay. Let me tell
I love that show.
That show is like a beach read to me.
It's so good.
The plot is just like here. She's opening a spa. Well, it's been a minute since I've watched that one too, and it's just like it can live forever or get canceled tomorrow. You don't care. You can watch it.
It's so good though.
Yes, and Joanna Garcia Swisher is on there.
Oh, and Jamie Lynn.
And Jamie Lynn.
Jamie Lynn's on there.
Controversial.
I like Jamie Lynn. I
Jamie
think she's
Lynn.
a nice girl. I don't know her, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's lovely.
Love
so
that.
yeah, that's like I'll like do a little dibble dabble here and there, but I'm not. I'm not like I watch every single like hit show.
Yeah. Well, maybe I need to watch the Vanderpump Rules things. That just sounds like a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And these people have no shame. They will say whatever. The reason they even got a show was because Lisa Vanderpump was on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She owns a restaurant called Sir.
Okay.
Her castmate, Brandy Glanville's husband, was sleeping with one of Lisa Vanderpump's waitresses at Sir, Sheena. They have a sit down to discuss the affair, Brandy Glanville and her husband's mistress. Bravo's like, actually,
hang on.
This is a
cha-ching.
Literally, like these people are messy AF, and that's how we got Vanderpump Rules.
That is crazy.
Which is insane. It's a spinoff of Beverly Hills.
What would you do if we got a reality show?
Be on it and help them direct deposits go through. What do you mean? What kind of question is that?
No, I'm just like, what would it be? Because it's just us.
No, we have a lot of supporting characters.
We have a lot of support. I think it'd be fun if we like went on trips.
I don't think our friends would do reality TV with us though.
I think they'd be terrified.
For sure.
We have some friends who support us to the moon and back. The way if we put even an iPhone camera in their face, they're not doing it. They're not. They said, "I'm not doing it, Jackie."
And
We're
they
not
don't
doing
want to
it."
get canceled.
They don't want to get canceled. Why, if you don't want to get canceled, don't do something cancelable.
They're gonna can't get beat. They're gonna do it.
No, that's true. Okay, well maybe I need to start watching Vanderpump Rules.
For sure.
My thing is though, it seems like Tom Sandoval is guilty.
He's always guilty.
Not on 34 counts, but. Yes, we are talking once again about J-Lo. No, not really. Okay, so we're about to move into the political. Moving on along. We're about. Oh, you looked at me like you were going to say something.
I was.
Oh, what's up?
Go ahead.
Okay, we're about to move on into the political part of our podcast. We do not do this very often, but this is a very hot topic that goes across pop
You've
culture.
given a lot of setup
because
that's not
he was
necessary.
on The Apprentice.
Girl, bye.
It's a trigger warning. Some people are triggered by politics.
They know how to turn off the cameras, the video. They're on your the right hand side of your screen. There's a button. You got an X on it.
And pretty soon on YouTube, there will be a button on the left that says subscribe and sponsor. So if you want to give us money, we're not doing this for the money. Okay.
Okay.
Donald Trump.
Donald
Janice
Trump. What's his full name? Joseph?
James. Johnny?
Jaheim.
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Donald Jaheim Trump.
No, that's what they wanted to do to Obama.
Jaheim's a black man's name to me.
Obama's black.
I think it's Joseph.
Oh, are we betting Donald James?
Not Donald John Trump.
Donald
Get on
John
my
Trump.
nerves. Stupid name.
You act like he picked his name.
His mama should have done a lot better than what she did.
Yeah.
In more ways than one. Moving on along. Donald Trump, former president, Donald Trump was convicted of all 34 counts in the case regarding him paying hush money to Stormy Daniels while his wife was either pregnant or giving birth to their final child, Barron.
Their final child. That just sounded so like dystopian for
their
some
last.
reason.
He's
Their
18.
most recent.
Mm-hmm. He's 18 years old.
18.
So tables turned. He decided to run for president and wanted to make sure that story was not released.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have to say allegedly because he got convicted. And then instead of just being up front and owning his stuff, he decided to pay this woman and lie about his finances on where the money came from.
Mm-hmm.
And if, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, that's against the law.
Mm-hmm.
And so the jury said,
Guilty.
Guilty. Times 34. So the big questions everyone
That took a lot.
I know, that was also really dramatic. The big questions people are asking, number one is like, can he still run for president?
Which apparently
He can. So in our wonderful
that felt very like PBS just now. like one of our viewers wants to know, can he still run for president? Turns out he can. It felt very like
in the great land of America,
America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Your turn.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies.
We're going to cut to some fireworks.
For amber waves of gray.
You're watching on YouTube. Enjoy the fireworks.
For purple mountain majesties. Okay.
Our new album, We Love America, is coming out July 4th.
You're really dumb.
I know.
Okay. So he can run for president because here in America, if you're a felon, you can't vote, but you can be the president of the United States because that makes a whole lot of sense. Because our rules for the president and vice president are that you have to be a U.S. citizen, you have to be
Over
at least
35.
35 years of age, and you have to have lived in the United States for 14 years. Because our wonderful founding fathers who owned people didn't think this through, they didn't put any more requirements. So that's it.
You know why they said 35? I feel like Joe Biden's age right now is 80, 90.
not 90.
Visiting the, the Grim Reaper comes by the window sometimes and is like, I'm almost here.
Yeah,
that kind of thing. Maybe 35 was that age.
Oh.
Back in the day, because everybody was getting the gangrene.
Yeah.
And the
whooping
bubonic
cough.
Plague. Yeah, that too.
I don't know. That's probably just for babies. I don't know.
I don't know.
They
did not have penicillin back then.
That's true. So he can definitely still run. I know that they're still trying to figure it out in like the courts and whatnot, because we're CNN and we know everything.
Yep.
We don't Google for your information, but
we love this TikTok. I'm not a lawyer.
Not you silly my. You don't do that. Don't you do that?
What?
I can't stand telling Blake about stuff, and then he put it on the podcast like I'm a fan of Melanie Goolsby. I'm not a lawyer, but I told him about Melanie Goolsby. I'm not a lawyer, but
that's not true, Melanie. I love you. Come on the pod.
I love her so much.
We could come up with a fake fight, and she could decide who's innocent and who's guilty.
Yeah,
she has better things to do.
Melanie Goolsby fans over here.
We are
seriously for real. But go on TikTok and Instagram. I'm not a lawyer, but she breaks down all the big cases, and she broke down the Donald Jump.
Donald Jump. Let my people wanna.
But no, she breaks down like the Diddy stuff, all the rappers who be going to jail.
Didn't she break down the student loan stuff back in the day?
I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, go check her out. She's sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was your main thing when it happened?
So, growing up the way I did, we always go back to that. The first thing I see, especially on Facebook, not true, not guilty. They called Jesus guilty and he wasn't. And I'm like, now you comparing Donald J. Trump. But that's the whole thing. They immediately like, nope, not true. Allegations, allegedly. And it was a heyday. It was a field day on the Facebook.
That's why I don't go over there.
It is the wild, wild west.
It really is.
There was a picture of like Jesus over Donald J. Trump, and it was like, pray for this man. He needs all the mercy.
He does, because he might go to jail.
He might go to jail, but I'm also like, you're rich. It's like Martha Stewart when she went to jail. Like you're not going to go to maximum.
Feeling that I don't want to say that. Yeah, okay. So with what he's convicted for, he could get as little as probation or as much as 4 years in prison. The sentencing is July 11th because the jury convicts and then the judge sentences. So we'll know July 11th, like what his punishment is. But I will say a lot of people were saying like they're using this opportunity. The GOP is using this as an opportunity to raise money. But yeah, I think it's sad that this is the state of our
union.
Yeah, people are so committed and devout to their political party. It is insane. I'm not riding that hard for nobody who last name ain't Dawson. Could never be me. Listen, that is their job. I get it. But I'm not about to definitively defend anybody, especially a politician who got caught talking about grabbing women by the PUSSY.
Yeah. This is my thing, too. I saw a thing recently that said we are going to vote for the lesser of two evils, ourselves into oblivion.
Oh, well, for sure.
Like, because the whole thing right now, it's basically 2020 again. Joe versus Trump, because they're saying either way. Well, I'm going to finish this thought, and I'm going to go to this. The whole thing is like, okay, well, one's over the other, but Biden's doing a lot of stuff that he is getting absolutely roasted for right now and his entire administration.
For sure.
And I'm like, you're telling me in all of America, these are the two best ones we have. Maybe this isn't the time to like, I'm going to throw my support behind this person. Maybe we should just get somebody else in there. But I feel like on this side, the Democratic side, it's this is our person. This is how we've always done it. And I think on this side, it's this person has such a cult following that there literally can be nobody else.
That's very
true. And that's weird.
It's weird.
But this is the thing I wanted to also talk about was I heard on the news somebody said, now this is on the Donald Jump side, that with that conviction, he just won the presidency.
Maybe.
What do you think about that?
Maybe.
Because, like I said, on Facebook world, they were like, I'm MAGA even harder now.
This is what I am going to say.
Tell me.
Yeah, I'm going to say it.
Okay.
If he wins, there is no more moral high ground for evangelicals. You're proselyting, your testimony, you're trying to get people to be a part of your faith. Game over.
Tell me why.
Because you can't, with good conscience, say that you believe one thing and then decide that you're going to support someone who is the polar opposite of what you said you believed. If your goal as a Christian is to bring people into the faith, you have ruined your testimony. People who are not part of your faith are looking at you like you have lost your mind.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
You look cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Everyone thinks you're a nutcase, and they're not coming to church with you. You've completely eliminated any chance you had of being one of God's warriors or getting people to come to Christ. That game is over. So you might as well pack up your little Bible and hush.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just not.
And then people talk. Go. You said more?
I'm done.
People want to talk about the separation of church and state. But what we've especially seen over these last few years is this like Christian nationalism.
Correct.
God did not write about America when we were doing the Bible.
God wasn't American. Let's start there.
God is not American.
No.
And when people love to talk about like the end times and all that stuff, and they're like, it has to do with America. We are not the apple of God's eye.
No, obviously not.
Like, oh my gosh.
We obviously not the apple.
And like, I knew
this ain't giving apple at all.
It's giving rotten pear.
It's giving Doritos. It's giving not the good kind of Doritos.
Yeah.
Off brand.
Yeah.
Like, no.
No, never mind.
Absolutely not. We definitely not the apple of his eye.
That's the tea. But my thing is, too, with all of that is even, like, you know, this is before I came out and deconstructed and did my own thing. The people who think, like, Donald Trump is a prophet sent to do all this bidding. And so they literally will compare him to Jesus. To me, aside from it being
hard sell,
but also aside from it being silly, that is dangerous.
People are crazy. And I'm sorry I called you crazy if that's what you believe. I'm really not trying to be ugly. You believe what you want to believe, child. If you believe in Aladdin, that's your business.
Aladdin?
There is a lot of mental gymnastics going on to make that make sense. And I'm not about to do that with you. If you think that, then to me, like, okay, but we not, they not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Do.
Hit. My thing is if you expect us to suddenly be like, and now let me tell you why to vote for Joe Biden.
I'm not doing that.
I had a friend invite me to Australia, and I'm not going to do this because it would sound incredibly privileged and all that, but I will own that. But they were like, do you want to go to Australia with me? It'll be the first 2 weeks in November. And I was like, if I could just get out of this.
Yeah.
But I can't do that.
At this point, I don't like the false equivalency of it all.
Talk about it.
I don't like putting Joe Biden and Donald Trump as if they're equals, because they're not.
And as far as like
qualifications, as far as behavior, as far as you can not like them both, and there's valid reasons to not like them both, and you can not like their policies. That's fine, but to pretend like that's the same, I feel like is disingenuous.
But do you feel like Joe is the best candidate? I don't know why I'm sitting here like we're at lunch.
I don't know who the best candidate is. Cause that ain't my job.
Do you believe in an eventual rise of a third party?
100%.
Absolutely. Not Kanye.
It will end our democracy if there isn't.
Yeah, literally.
This will turn into a crazy town. Crazier than we already are.
Literally.
But yeah, I don't like the false equivalency. I think that's dangerous, to pretend like their behaviors have been the same.
Yeah, but Joe's like peepaw.
But that's not the same as saying that all Mexicans are rapists, making fun of people.
That I get. Like, I get you on that sense. But I'm also just talking on the sense, too, of every person we have in America. And these are the two we are ride or dying for. That's weird to me.
I think that he might not be the best option, but it's the option that is available. It's just not, I feel like that's not a helpful conversation in this moment. I'm one of those where it's like, we should have been having that conversation 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are we waiting till now to demand something that we should have been demanding 2 years ago? Like, we have to take accountability. We as Americans have to take accountability for the people we put into office.
But
there is a lack of accountability when it comes to how we are politically engaged.
Mm-hmm.
People voted for Donald Trump, which is why he was the president of the United States. Like, we have to accept that is who we are as people. That's not Republicans' fault. I mean, yes, they put their money behind who they put their money behind, but we give them the roadmap for who they put their money behind.
That's tea.
So there is an accountability piece that I feel like is missing. Do I think that there needs to be a conversation regarding third party? Absolutely. Do I think that you should go in there and vote for somebody you don't believe in? Absolutely not.
No.
There is a write-in option. If that's what help you sleep at night, go do that.
And don't put Kanye or Harambe. Put a legitimate person.
Yeah, like put somebody, like find the person that you believe in. And also be more engaged locally. Like, let's start there. Like, it's just, and it sucks to put all the onus on us, but like at this point, no one's coming to save us.
No one's coming. And you know what I feel like? And I think it'll get ramped up as we get closer to voting. All these like vote campaigns, they're starting to feel tired.
Yeah, it is tired.
Because that's the thing, the local elections, stuff like that. I think there needs, like you're saying, there needs to be more of a push on that. Because like the president, whoever it is, can get on our nerves from day to day or whatever. But the stuff that's going on in your city, this feels so sponsored, but I mean, it's the truth.
It's true.
But the stuff that's going on in your city, that is directly correlated to you.
I say this, though. I'm going to push back on you a little bit about this.
Tell me.
The pushback is, before we had, and depending on which side you stand on in issues like Roe v. Wade, who you elect as president makes a big difference. Yes. When it comes to the Supreme Court and the people. This is why this election is such a big deal, because Obama, once old dude died, was supposed to have the opportunity to put up a Supreme Court justice in his place, because they serve lifelong terms. So it is what it is until somebody dies or quits. The GOP stopped him from being able to put up his candidate. We elected Donald Trump, and then he put in 3. So now we're in a situation of
Handmaid's Tale.
Exactly. 3 super uber conservative people. We know that we have a few who are on their last leg and are probably not going to make it through the next 4 years. So who we elect as president will dictate our future for the next 25 to 30 years. Now, and that's what the conversation of making false equivalencies, that's where I feel like that conversation is dangerous.
And that's where I'll hop on board.
Because it's not the same. We've seen what happens when we let Donald Trump pick. And I have not been necessarily happy, and I have my own opinions about Roe v. Wade and all that I don't have to tell you if I don't feel like it. But I do believe that I'm the kind of Christian who is a believer in I get to choose how I live my faith. And I don't get to choose how other people do that.
That's tea.
And I'll say that.
And I agree.
Thank you.
I agree. Your tits are out for this conversation. I love it.
I really do. I like politics.
You love a good political discussion.
I do. I think it's fun. I think the sociology piece of it is cool. I think why trends are cool, why people pick who they pick, and all of those things. I think it's great. What I don't like is when there's a party who acts as if they're the right hand of God, and they're not.
And all you are is a bleach blonde, bad built, butch body bitch. That is the tea. You know what? I think before we become crosswired or whatever that show was, crosstalk, we should probably wrap this up.
All right.
I enjoyed it. We should talk about. Let's get a glass of wine. Let's get some Black Box.
I'm done. Let's get some Black Box.
Yes, I love Black Box. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Rewind the Podcast. We hope you've enjoyed our very unhinged day of recording here. Oops. If you want to keep listening to other episodes of Rewind the Podcast, you can listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you like podcasts. We don't tell you where to go. That is your choice and your choice alone. But if you want to watch the podcast and see our beautiful faces and some titties, okay, you can watch on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, comment, and sign up for alerts so you know when we have new content. Raven.
Hi, thank you so much for watching. You can find me on all social media platforms at I am Raven Dawson.
And I am Chronically Online. You can find me anywhere there's a social media site at Blake Rackley. And we will see you next week.
Later.
Bye.
Peace.